Thank you for joining me. My name is Derek. Let's get to this. First off, on this awesome fight night card that could be a pay-per-view card, we have Ross Pearson taking on Francisco Trinaldo. Very tough fight. I don't want to say that Ross Pearson's not going to win because you know what? I like him. The guy's tough. He's well-rounded. He's super great. He's a fan favorite. A lot of the times, people love him. He's awesome. I don't want to. I don't want to call a fight against him. So tonight I'm not going to. Francisco Trinaldo, very well-rounded as well. The difference being for me, this is the way I take it. The losses that Trinaldo has come by way of guys who are at that level, that top level, that are very close to what Ross Pearson is at. We're talking about guys like Gleison Tibau. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and say, great fight for Trinaldo to win. Ross Pearson gets it. Moving on, we've got Travis Browne taking on Matt Mitrione. I am a huge fan of Matt Mitrione. I love the meathead. He's goofy, he's funny, and he's down to fight. He's just there to fight. He's not talking about championships. He's not that he could, but he's just there to get gritty and get fighting. And I like that about a guy. He's taking on Travis Browne, who needs a victory because he lost a fight against Andrei Arlovski. So, to me, this is the perfect fight for Travis Browne to come back on. Matt Mitrione is so perfectly sloppy that Travis Browne will be able to throw a front kick to the face like he did to Overeem. He'll be able to throw his great punches, and if Mitrione tries to take him down, he'll be able to do stuff like knock him out like he did with Josh Barnett, what Travis Browne did to Josh Barnett. There's a lot of areas there where Matt Mitrione's game plan or his fighting skills are just perfectly sloppy. So I got to give it to Travis Browne. Now, trust me, I'm pulling for Mitrione on this one. I can't see it any other way. Then we've got Anthony Pettis taking on Eddie Alvarez. This is a fucking awesome fight. Here's the difference. Eddie Alvarez, tough as nails. This guy can grind it out. He can take an ass whooping and still learn how to win. He'll still figure out how to win the fight. He just does. He's tough. He's well versed in every aspect. He's a good striker. He's good on the ground. But Anthony Pettis, man, this is a guy. Anthony Pettis is so slick with whatever he does. Obviously, a very good striker. Obviously, very good on the ground. His jiu-jitsu is awesome. But I'm going to give it to Pettis, man, all day. I think Pettis gets this. I think his slick maneuvering, his ability to find that shot or that submission at the right moment and take it, excuse me, is going to be what it takes. It's going to be the formula to beat Eddie Alvarez. Of course, if Eddie Alvarez takes it in the later rounds, well, you never know what might happen, but I'm going with Anthony Pettis. I think his slick moves are going to win that fight. Moving on to the main event, the return again of Dominic Cruz versus TJ Dillashaw. So, who's going to win the belt? You know, you want to call the fight as if both fighters have been there. They've both been active. They've both been competing. The problem here is Dominic Cruz has been on the shelf for so long, rehabbing injuries. He had an injury previously, years ago, spent a lot of time out, had to make a comeback, came back, did everything, won his fights, injured, back on the shelf, came back for one, which was almost a year and a half ago. Excuse me. Won his fight, but it wasn't enough to tell if he was really there. If, maybe he just got lucky with a certain shot or a takedown. I don't want to say it was luck when it comes to Dominic Cruz. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, based on what I feel and think and know about Dominic Cruz and TJ Dillashaw, I'm going to say that Dominic Cruz is almost accustomed to being injured and coming back and winning. I don't think he's got the jitters that most guys have. He's very confident. Like Conor McGregor is confident, he's brazenly, trash-talkingly confident. Dominic Cruz is that same type of confidence, just quiet. He just keeps it to himself. So I believe that he's not worried about this. And he's going to come out and perform just like he would have if he was active for the past year. That being said, Dillashaw looked great against Barao the 2 times that they fought, but Dominic Cruz is not the type of dude to stand in front of you. Dominic Cruz moves like nobody moves. His footwork, his head movement, he reminds me of the alien. What was his name? Roger from American Dad. The way he marches out into a fight with his elbows here and his hands limp, wrist. He just marches right out to the fight. But his head movement, the way he gets in and out, the way he moves lateral, that's what I'm talking about. He does it like nobody else. I understand the hands down game. Sometimes fighters keep their hands down because they want to see your punches coming. So you know what? I'm going to go with Dominic Cruz. I think he's a different animal. I think he'll have the confidence, and I'm sure that he's not been inactive. For as long as he's been out of the fight game in our eyes, he's still in the gym doing whatever the hell he can to win a fight whenever that fight comes. He's still training. He's still in shape. Dominic Cruz wins this fight. He's the new champ. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for the credits, email, Twitter, and all that coming up. Thanks.